I'm going to share some strategies we use as librarians to fact check information online. The first is just to check and see if anyone else has fact checked this story and done the research to see where it's coming from and what information they're citing. So in this case, I just typed in the title of the story and added the words fact check. And a few different articles came up from FactCheck.org and some newspapers that had already fact-checked this story. Another strategy I use is just to see if the story is being reported by any other news organizations. And I do that by using Google News. So I type in the same story and it pulls up free online newspapers, and I can check to see if this is being reported by other well-known news organizations. Is it being reported only by news organizations that are clearly far left or far right? And here also, I might be able to find a better source. I'm really trying to find the very best news sources I can. So fact-checking using Google News to see if other news organizations are reporting on this story. Another strategy is when trying to figure out if a news organization is reputable, is just simply looking it up in Wikipedia. It's a good place to get oriented to a newspaper, kind of get a sense of what their reputation is in the larger world. In this case, Wikipedia told me that this newspaper, Vox, is a left-leaning newspaper. It also told me that it has won awards for its reporting. So it's a legit source, but it's also helpful to know that it comes from a particular perspective. Similarly, you can trace back images by using a reverse image search or just typing a description of the image into Google Images. And what you're trying to do really is put this picture in context to see where it came from and if, as in this case, it has been photoshopped. So context is super important for news stories, figuring out where this information is coming from. And one part of context is the date, when it was posted. So for this story, this was a video that was circulated a lot online of an interview with Dr. Fauci in March of 2020 when people were not being told to wear masks. And this video was taken out of context and recirculated again over the summer. But in April, of course, the CDC changed its recommendation to say everyone should wear masks. So when it was reposted again in July, it was not accurate anymore because the video had been taken out of context. Another thing you want to think about is just what is the very best source for your topic, especially for a class, for work, really for anything you care about, trying to find the best source of information. You're going to find a million sources, but what is the best source you can find? And what that is really going to depend on what you're researching. So if you're talking about how to make, the best cup of coffee versus whether or not to get a vaccine versus which political candidate to vote for, all those are going to have really different experts. In this case, this is another Twitter posting about the fires, and you can get information on Twitter, Instagram, and other media outlets by hovering over the image of the person that posted, that did the post to get more information about them. So in this case, it looks pretty good. It says this person is interested in astronomy, meteorology, engineering, that they're a writer. So, it doesn't look too bad. But for me, if I was trying to get information about the fires, a better source would definitely be CAL FIRE in terms of being authoritative, recognized, and having up-to-date, relevant, reliable information. So be thinking as you're looking for information for this assignment about trying to find the very best source for your topic and using fact-checking strategies to verify your sources.